This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend Frank Nobilo. We are at the home of golf, Scotland, the old course at St. Andrews. Frank, what are some of the distinctive features to this wonderful old course?
I think when you just sort of look at the bullet points, people are going to look at the shared greens and how huge they are and the pot bunkers, but it has the most famous par 4 in the world. That's the road hole. And of course it has the most famous bunker, which is the road hole bunker. You couldn't build it today, hit across the corner of a hotel and hit it to a green that's got a road behind it, but it works. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be, what, 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot now for Keegan Bradley. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Frank, this first hole, all about the swoke and burn.
Yeah, it cuts in so close to the front of that putting surface. If there's just a puff of wind, then all of a sudden that burn that you could just step across.
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Birdie putt on the way for Keegan Bradley. -1, and really going. Just a couple of feet. So, 2 over par for the round. Just a tap in to finish the hole. So, Frank, that's a bogey, and you see something with the body language here?
Yeah, I think we noticed that back there with that double bogey, Rich. Since then, it's almost like doubts crept in, a little bit of uncertainty. That is the beauty of this game at times, but really, if you want to be a champion, that's one thing that you have to change. Somehow, you've got to forget what's just happened. We haven't seen that yet. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good. Oh, a nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Rich, I remember when I first played the Old Course, it was a Dunhill Cup. It was a team event. It was 3 players from each country around the world. And my teammates were Stuart Ginn and Bob Charles, who'd won the Open Championship. And I remember pestering Bob Charles all the way around the golf course, the Old Course. Where do I aim? Get away from a bunker. And at the time, I thought he was a bit of a curmudgeon, really. Because the only thing he told me was not to hit it inside the TV tower on 17. And then I realized he gave me the greatest golf lesson I ever had. Because he was telling me to play the golf course the way I felt I should. The lesson well learned. Play your own game.
Play with your instincts, especially at a place like the Old Course at St. Andrews, where you don't necessarily play by the book. I don't know if there is a book to get you around St. Andrews, except the best book of all, and that's the one of experience. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie. That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Fowler for birdie. Ooh, almost fell. Just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
One under early in the round. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. One over for the day. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Now the 2011 PGA champion Keegan Bradley on the approach shot. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Second shot, good look at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. This is about 125 yards. That might be a fat 8-iron for me. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus.
We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
And from that distance, you settle for 2 putts. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Beautiful touch, nice putt. Nice par to remain 1 under. So they'll tap in. Drops for a par. Frank now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. 2 choices, whether he's game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. That's in the fairway.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
He'll need to be strong with this. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Nice position, short grass, second shot. This is a cross-country special. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Bradley has this one for par.
Well, the fourth hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. Drops it, and he's at even par. Just a couple of feet. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Has his par. Par fives, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this fifth hole par 5 measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right. but especially that little group of 3 bunkers, then it sets up well. It'll be a blind second shot, but you try and guide your second shot between the 2 bunkers on the hill in front of you, which are called the spectacles.
Good contact, good result. All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
And setting up here in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Second from an excellent lie. Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. See if Bradley can make up some ground here. This one's for birdie. Wow, what a putt. That is huge.
It's no snack, though.
Continues to putt beautifully. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those, and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit.
If you're going to hit it down.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Yeah, about 145 yards left here. So Frank out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Straightforward pitch shot here, 35 yards. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Stays at 1 under with that par. He has a birdie opportunity here. So with a make, moves to even par. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews, here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot. You're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. blend into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Now the second shot from 130 yards. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
He's facing 100 yards here. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
So a tester from 4 feet. Has the putt, and now at -1. Ricky Fowler trying to roll this one in. Good stroke right there. That's a par, and stays at 1 under. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Could really use this one. It's for birdie. This one has a good line. This one looks good. Might like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
-3 now, third around. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Everybody loves him. Birdie. on the card. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker.
I'm loving that balance. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This is the second shot at the par 4. Fowler has this for birdie. So close. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
This is a 19-foot putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Getting set now over the putt. Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the greens, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. Has taken it to another level.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. So just a formality here. Good par. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Oh, I liked that.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Impressive play so far into these heavy winds. You could say he's just been breezing through this round. Second shot now for Ricky Fowler.
Should be safely on deck.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Setting up for an approach shot here. This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work. This is a shot from 115 yards. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Do that! Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Bradley now for birdie. How about that? 4 under par. Par bid here. Three under on the day. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the Old Course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the Old Course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. It will really take anything on this green. You make a 2 here, you'll make a move on the field.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
We are about 170 yards from the hole. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
This is a long birdie putt here, requires good judgment of the speed and the line. Just try to lag it down there. So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle. Just try and get it inside that. Good putt. Second shot.
Ricky over the putt for par. Well, that's a tough break with that miss right there. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Henrik now eyeing a par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. This to avoid a huge number. This is for bogey. Now at -2 for the day. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right. Obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Frank, this one is veering far to the left. And it is not looking like a good lie. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
This is an eagle putt. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Birdie putt on the way for Henrik. This one just requires a little bit of focus. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Clean this up with a tap. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. And setting up here in the rough. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The 2 greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Here's Ricky Fowler for par. Move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. So just a formality here. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker.
Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
Headed for the bunker? Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Routine stuff here, Frank, from the bunker?
You just got to be careful of that lip in front of him with his third shot coming up.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Wow, I thought he made that. Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Getting set now over the putt.
Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up. Really. This is an awkward length.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket.
Has it for par. Stays at -5.
Nudge this one home, finish it up.
That puts them at 4 under for the round. Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather, big crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4, 15th. Very good par 4.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
We are about 170 yards from the hole.
Should be safely on deck.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Ooh, so close.
Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Birdie putt on the way for Keegan Bradley. Oh man, just slides by, and only a tap in left. Good putt. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Birdie putt on the way for Henrik. Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. Drops it, and he's at even par. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Did the job right there. And now another par for the 16th, Frank, and another hole where precision off the tee is going to be paramount.
Yeah, the norm off the tee is really to avoid a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose. I've never really figured out why they're called that, but it's not the place to be, that's for sure. Stay short of those is the safe line, and then a little pot bunker once again in the front left of the screen called the Wig. That's also to be avoided. Another difficult green. Looks a little simpler from the fairway, but miss your mark with the yardage and you'll pay a premium. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I've got to disagree with that. Lag putting It's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie, now have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. How about 5 under par for the day? Just a tap in to finish the hole. Still even par for the day. Frank, this is sort of bizarre. You're standing on the tee at the road hole, one of the most famous par 4s in the sport, and you're aiming for a hotel?
Well, you're aiming over a series of letters that say the Old Course Hotel. If you can hit it exactly over that U, then you will be in the right place, which hopefully is down the middle of the fairway. You avoid that heather on the left. That bunker up ahead, the road hole bunker, remember David Duval? He got stuck in there. Years ago, Tommy Nakajima, he could hardly ever get that ball out, and in the end succumbed, I think, to double figures. So the hole has more than one way to trap you, so stay away from the road on the road hole. What a great shot.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Might be. Could be. Go ahead and do that. What a putt. And getting ready for the putt. Fowler has this for birdie. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. This would give him a bogey. And he makes it for a bogey here. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swoken Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course and walk across that bridge.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. How about this, Frank? You don't see this too often. He's setting up to take a shot from the cart path.
Different sort of drive.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
120 yards. Frank's this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This is a good-looking shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Could it be?
More than a bonus on the scorecard, that.
Fairly long, 25-foot putt here. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Finish the round with a 67. Nudge this one home, finish it up.
So with that, the score is now at even par.
Frank, it really was vintage St. Andrews today in so many ways. Just a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, the old course has so many great memories. Obviously, when it crowns the 2015 Open champion, it will add another great name to its already impressive roster. But for any